So we've got something shocking to dive into today because Pokemon has actually just gifted me a box of goodies from the brand new set Black Bolt. At least I think that they did. I haven't actually opened this box yet. Anywho, it's the new promo set that's featuring only Pokemon from the Unova region and a handful of gorgeous artworks to go along with them. If you're on Team Black Bolt, let me know in the comments down below, and sorry if you're one of the 2 people that's a fan of White Flare, but yeah, let's be real, we know where all the best cards are. The set is headlined by the one and only Zekrom, which, fun fact, started out as the mascot for Pokemon White. Kind of confused a bunch of people because of his color palette, then he just wandered his way over into Pokemon Black 2, and well, with this set essentially being the sequel to the Black and White era of cards, he's the face of Black Bolt, and yeah, honestly, it makes sense, so yeah, cheers Pokemon for that. Zekrom not only brings sick art to the game, but also provides a late game pressure for lightning decks, and it's not the only electric charge Pokemon in this set you should be excited about, as Electrike is making a comeback with the Dynamotor ability. Unfortunately, due to a slight changing with the wording, you won't be able to use your old copies from the Black and White era in tournaments, but there are 2 other amazing reprints in this set that you should be excited about. Air Balloon is going to be floating its way back into the standard format, and even Prism Energy makes a return, giving basic focus decks some amazing flexibility. It's kind of like Luminous Energy, but without that one's great, two's a problem clause. But it does only work on basic Pokemon to keep things balanced. Now you bet I've got a wish list for this box. I'm hoping to get a Genesect EX to upgrade Goldango and Arch Aladon EX decks, as well as Meloetta for those turn 1 tempo plays. You can attack, or you can technically use an attack from a TM to get into the game pretty quick, so that's pretty spicy. And hopefully we're gonna pull an Amoonguss for my buddy, because, well, he's a little bit sus. You know who you are, and if you're watching this, tell Tony I say hi. Now make sure to hit that like button if you're keen for the chaos, and subscribe to keep up with the shenanigans. But now let's see what electrifying cards we can pull from this mysterious Pokemon care package. Alright. Got one of these. Make sure if you're using one at home, be careful, they're a little bit pokey. And probably don't do what I just did of pulling a knife towards yourself. Yeah. Do what I say, not what I do. Alright, so far we've got a lot of paper. Good. Make sure things don't get damaged in transport, and appreciate that Pokemon for doing that. Content creator based in Australia, so I know you guys would have paid a pretty penny to get this shipped over, and again, appreciate it very much. We are getting a Black Bolt Elite Trainer box. Let's go. Nice. All right, so there's Black Bolt stuff in here. That's a good start. Also getting 2 booster bundles. All right. It's like a mini tin featuring Crocodile. Like a mischievous little crocodile. Very fitting for Australia. There's even a Runiculus promo. Looks like there's 3 packs in there and a binder collection. So we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packs in there and a Zekrom binder. Ooh, never mind. 9? Oh, 9 booster. Not a thematic 9 pocket binder, 5 Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet Black Bolt booster packs, and a collector's card list. All right, well, we've got quite a bit to crack into today. I'm keen for this. What about you? Now, what should we start off with? I feel like we kick it off with the ETB, but maybe that's it. You leave it till the end. Could crack into one of these booster bundles. So these are, it kind of looks like it's a pre-release kit. It is a promo set though, so there is no pre-release kits for this. So don't get them confused. You won't be getting the trainer kit in here to build a deck with. You're just going to be getting packs. And I believe these come with 6 packs in them. Should say on here somewhere. Yeah, includes 6 booster packs. Let's dive into that and see what we get. And using the knife to open it. Be careful if you do that yourself. I know a lot of people just rip right through the plastic. Not sure how you guys do it. Also, to be fair, I don't crack open a lot of packs, so I probably just don't have the same skill set as you to get into it. But yeah, let's see what we're getting with this. So all the booster packs having the same art, we're not going to be getting variations of them like you would in a standard set. So that is something to be mindful of with these promo sets. You can't go out and buy a booster box. You're going to be getting just the one pack art to go along with it. Makes it a little bit tricky, and the products that you've seen behind me are the products you'll be able to purchase for this set. So, feel like I'm yapping a little too much, so let's see what we get in these packs. Okay, so starting off with a Drillbur. All right, 70 HP, get him with Poffin. A Clink. Right on. Has the attack hard gears, makes it so he takes a little bit less damage from your opponent, and when they hit you, you do a little bit of chip damage into them. Golett showing up to the party. A Time Pole, has the attack round. All the evolutions of this will have the same attack, and this attack actually scales up damage based on the amount of copies of Pokemon you have with the round attack. So if we get some more in the format, it'll become a pretty powerful single prize deck. The Seismitoad, so yeah, that's who he's going to evolve into. The Timple doing a multiplier of 20 for each round Pokemon, Seismitoad going up by 70, so 4 things with round, you're doing 280. Taking out most things in the format, a little bit more power in there. You could take out something like a Dragapult, so maybe you give it a maximum build to boost up that damage. New copy of Professor's Research, something to keep in mind. All the cards in this set will have an I block regulation mark. Professor's Research only has a G. So it won't be staying legal for the standard format as long as the rest of the cards, and might actually be rotating pretty soon. Excavalier getting a card, another Time Pole. Ooh, might have to build a round deck. Snivy in reverse, and we got the Genesect. Let's go. All right, so one of the chase cards down. Probably want 2 copies of this for the collection to be building some decks with, but yeah, not mad at that. Not mad at that at all. We're getting a Steel Energy. Love the artwork for these, that's sick. And then a code card, which, yeah, maybe if you're quick, you can grab that for yourself. Get some codes for the Pokemon TCG Live game. Great way to play the game entirely for free if you want, but you can get code cards from packs to help boost your collection up a little bit. Or just, you know, play the Battle Pass, and Pokemon's very generous with the amount of cards they give you for that. I, on the other hand, might not be, so I'm going to keep this code card for myself. We're getting a Carablast, has an ability that makes it so if a Shelmet's in play, it can evolve the first turn it's in play, kind of breaking the rules a little bit. Another copy of Golett. A Pawniard has the attack Corner. We've seen this attack coming up quite a bit in the format recently with things like Maractus being able to use it and lock something in the active, buy yourself some time. Now you're getting a Pawniard that has it, so might be able to make a King Gambit deck with that. A Tynamo, gonna need those for our Electrikes. Beheem. Fennel, new supporter card, healing 40 damage from each of your Pokemon. Throw, or it basically looks like Bert or Ernie, right? Reverse copy of Cover Fossil, evolving into, not Caracosta, is it? Caracosta is the stage 2. Evolves it Titorga? Ooh, that's pretty sick. So that's the Trainer Gallery Duosion. There's a lot of I think every card in this set technically has a Trainer Gallery. Could be wrong though. Happily be proven wrong in the comments, but I believe every card is getting one. Victini showing up in here as a holo, and then the Water Energy for this one. I really like these energy cards, actually. They look slick. They look very, very slick. All right, let's crack into this. Maybe I'll give you guys the codes for this one. Let's see. Getting another Cover Fossil, a Girder, a Servine, Axu. Ooh, okay, so he's got the attack Gather Strength. Get to search your deck for up to 2 basic energy cards, reveal them, pump them into your hand. Great way to make sure you don't miss your attachment for turn on the following turn and get some steel and fighting energy for the Haxorus. Unpheasant showing up here with the Swift Flight attack, doing 120 damage. You get to flip a coin. If it's heads during your opponent's next turn, you prevent all damage and effects done to this Pokemon. We do have a Pidove that if it has 30 damage on it, can just like search your deck and evolve into Unpheasant, so could be a cheeky card to play with. Getting our Prism Energy. Nice, love to see it. Gonna put that one off to the side, be building a number of decks with that. Sandile as our reverse, Tranquil showing up, and another Genesect. We're 2 for 2 for Genesect. Nice. Or no, is this 3? Is this pack number 3? Might be pack number 3. Put that to the side. Steel Energy, and then the code card. If you're yeah, a speedy fella, you can get that for yourself. I shouldn't assume. If you're a speedy person, you can get that code card for yourself. All right, what are we getting here? I'm just butchering this pack. Apologies. Golett showing up. Another Poniard. Another Tynamo. No Electrics. Another Axew. Fennel. I've got the Amoonguss. Got the Amoonguss. Scoot, if you're watching this, that's for you. Oh. Yeah. Chinchino showing up. Tynamo. Cubchoo. Ooh, a reverse Cubchoo. Thundurus. I like the idea of these guys. Like, they're very cool Pokemon. I kind of wish they got EXs, though. Like, I feel like all the legendaries should have gotten an EX. Has the attack charge. Search your deck for basic lightning energy. Attach it to it. Second attack, 3 energy to do 110 and discard an energy. Doesn't feel quite fast enough, but maybe with an Electric, it could be a good single prize attacking option to include in decks. Get through EX walls, potentially. Like, they check a Mimikyu in the active. Yo, that's all right. I'm going to bring the Thunder. Us. Maybe. Probably not, but like, you never know. Cubchoo showing up again. Snivy. Apidov. Fracture. Darmanitan. Scolipede. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, they're now poisoned, and the Venoshock attack doing 90 base damage, but 90 more damage if your opponent's is poisoned. So if they hit you, you hit them harder, or you just poison them with something like Brute Bonnet and just hit them harder, and then they hit you and they get poisoned, and keep it going. Marshana showing up. Dreaming Call. You can search your deck for any number of Fennel card. Oh, okay. It exists. Whirlipede, Larvesta, and a Cobalion. Nice. Ooh, and a reverse hollow grass energy. I like that effect. That's cool. It's almost like a cheat metal holographic effect. Nice. Might have to get a playset of some of those. Might have to. Alright, what are we getting in this one? You guys get the code? I get the code. No, I've been good. I get the code. Snivy, Muna, Dwebble, Panpour, Tortuga, Irduga. I'm definitely butchering his name in multiple ways. But the attack Ancient Seaweed does a multiplier of 30 for each item card in your opponent's discard pile, so it could really punish them. Kind of like a return to the Trasherlanche decks. Air Balloon, there we go. Such a good reprint. That's going off to the side. That's going in decks. Bisharp, so the attack Finishing Blow does 60 damage, but if your opponent's active Pokemon already has any damage on it, does 60 more. So you could be cornering them with the Poniard, then evolve up into this and hit them really hard in the face. Marshana, Art Rare Throw. Ooh, okay, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Not a great card, but looks cool. Landorus showing up. So like the Thundurus, I want these to be good. But the attack searches your deck for a basic fighting energy. No, this one gets a basic fighting energy from your discard pile and attaches it to this Pokemon. Then Earthquake can do 110 to the active and 10 damage to each of your bench Pokemon. So if you want to be setting up damage counters on your own board, could be doing that with Landorus. And a basic Psychic Energy. That's going to be it for the first booster bundle. Let's crack into the next one, Sha. See what we get. Maybe don't show you guys how bad I am at opening these. Do that slightly off camera, realizing I'm now in view of the other camera. Anywho. Set of keys works really well too. Less risk. Recommend that. Let's use a set of keys next time. All right, but into the second booster bundle. I'm gonna open the pack that has the Zekrom on it. I think feeling lucky about this one. Maybe it has a Zekrom in it, or maybe we get some more Genesect. I don't know. Honestly, wouldn't be mad at either of those. We're getting a Maractus showing up, Drillbur, Larvesta, Clang. Another Prism Energy. Let's go. 2 more of those, please. Simipour, Crocodile. Okay. So the attack Curse Slug does 120 base damage, but if your opponent has 3 or fewer cards in hand, it does 120 more. And the first attack doing 60 damage and discarding 2 cards from your opponent's hand. That's kind of evil. Ranunculus. Ooh, hang on. Is that Pokeball? Master Ball. Pokeball. I've never got one of those. That's cool. A reverse hollow Palpitoad, a Beartic. Yeah, it's like Arctic, but bear. And a code card if one of you wants to try and scoop that up. liking these packs so far. I'm doing good. Prism Energy's big. Genesect is huge. Trying to get back into going to leagues. I've mostly just been playing online recently, and I feel like Goldango would be a good one to get back into, but honestly, Archaludon, very keen on that card. I was a big fan of Duraludon VMAX when that was in rotation, so being able to play Archaludon kind of feels like a callback to that. Another Prism Energy. Okay, one more of those, please. Another Tortuga, Excavalier, another Pokeball card with the Cubchoo. Pokeball Master Ball, how do you tell? There'd be like a little M if it was Master Ball, right? If it was Master Ball, we'd know. Reverse Hollow Panpour, another Landorus, Fighting Energy. All right, on. I'm gonna keep you guys guessing with these code cards. Like, is it giving it to us? Do we get it? Maybe. That time was a no. This time is a ooh. Looks like you might be in luck. Duosion, Tynamo, Drillbur. Still haven't seen any Electrics. A couple Tynamos so far though. Cryogonal, Behemoth, Professor's Research, Crocodile, Larvesta, Volcarona. Ooh. You must discard a basic fire energy from your hand in order to use this ability. Okay. And once during your turn, you may make your opponent's active Pokemon burned. So a great way to modify some damage. 20 damage between turns. They have to flip a coin. If it's tails, they keep getting burned and it just sticks around. So yeah, nice little damage modifier for decks. Fire energy, and yeah, that code card if you did want to try and grab it. So these cards are starting to fly back into frame. You guys aren't supposed to see how messy I am. After we finish these packs, I might have to tidy that up real quick. Golett, Maractus, Darumaka, Duosion, Electrike. Okay, still not seeing any Electrike. Meh. Energy coin. So you get to flip 2 coins. If both are heads, search your deck for basic energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon. It's a great little way of energy acceleration if decks want. You can play this in like a turbo deck. It's just like, yep, just play all my cards, get my guys online as quickly as possible. Interesting one. We've seen like energy sticker pop up every now and then, so energy coin could be a similar role for that. Another copy of Seismitoad with the round attack. Pansage, another throw, and a Zekrom. Let's go. Let's go. That looks so good. So the first attack, Slash, doing 50 damage. Second attack, Volt Burst, doing 130 base damage, then 50 more damage for each prize card your opponent has taken. Does do 30 damage to himself afterwards, so just be careful if your opponent only needs like 1 or 2 prizes to close out the game, that you're not potentially knocking yourself out and giving them the game. But yeah, such a good card. Gonna be amazing to add to like Miraidon decks. Could try and build a deck around it, I guess, but the fact that it's not very strong until the late game, I think it's just a good addition for something like Miraidon that has good early game pressure, but in the late game, they don't have something like Raichu anymore for that explosive damage output, so Zekrom can fill that role. Be putting that to the side, definitely be building a deck with that. All right, 2 more packs from this booster bundle, and then, yeah, we quickly tidy up this pile so you guys don't have to see the big pile of Triple B. Minchino, Fungus, Cubchoo, Tranquil, Simisage, Crocodile, another Runiculus, Pokeball Haxorus? Yeah, I think that's Pokeball Haxorus. That's sweet. That's really good. Actually, I know a friend that would be very happy with that card. Might see if they're interested. They're like, here you go. Nice little surprise. Marshana, the art rare. Okay, that's pretty. Not a great, like, playable card, but it's a pretty card. Caracosta. Mighty Shell prevents all damage and effects of attacks done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have any special energy attached to them. And then Big Bite does 150 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat. That's pretty sweet. I think I would likely play this with something like a Relicanth, so letting Caracosta use the pre-evolutions attacks, and then you'd have Tortuga to be able to use the attack that scales up based on the amount of items in your opponent's discard pile, so it gives it a bit more health and potentially a bit of immunity in certain matchups. Yeah, interesting card. A Reverse Hollow Fighting Energy. Ooh, so we've got, what, Grass and Fighting so far? Nice. All right, and this is the last pack of the second booster bundle. Ooh. We're starting off with a Dwebble, another Axew, Parablast, Pidove, Marshana, Ends plan, move up to 2 energy from your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. Okay, so it's like Poppy, but more limited. All right. Cryogonal. Another Axew, reverse Axew though. Minchino, and a Conkeldurr. This Pokemon gets 40 extra health for each fighting energy attached to it. So 140, but you need 4 energy to use the attack. So that's what, another 160, gets him up to 300. Pretty beefy boy. Then you're going to be using Swing Around to do 100 base damage, but you flip 2 coins and it does 50 more damage for each heads. So it potentially gets up to 200 while having 300 HP. It's not bad. I don't know if it's strong enough for standard, but for alternate formats like the Budget Build Battles tournaments that I host over on Limitless every Friday night, if you're interested, only uses single prize Pokemon, so having something with this much health that can do that much damage, yeah, could be pretty legit. And then we're getting a Dark Energy. All right, nice. Well, that's 2 booster bundles down. We're gonna keep going through this because, well, I'm keen to see what we get, but I'm just gonna quickly tidy up this pile. And we're back. For you guys, it was probably like instantaneous though, and honestly, in hindsight, I probably just cut this whole bit out, but here we are. Anyhow, we're gonna be kicking into the booster tin next. It's got Crocodile and Strilber's evolution's name. I don't know, maybe we just pull the card and we find out that way, hey? Yeah, in these you do get, looks like a sticker of the booster tin thing, and then like a little card with it. So if you like the art and just want to hang on to that, pretty cool. Show you guys up closer. Yeah. Just in case you're interested into the contents of these. Inside you do get some packs. Looks like we're actually getting White Flare this time. A little bit different. And Black Bolt. There we go. All right, so for those, the 2 of you out there that really like White Flare, we are going to be opening 1 pack of them today. At least 1 pack of them. Maybe some of this other stuff has snuck one in. But yeah, you know what? Well, you've seen a lot of Black Bolt. Let's jump into it. I know you've been patiently waiting. You watched at the beginning, you're like, he said he's opening Black Bolt. But maybe there's White Flare? Probably not. But you know what? You were right in believing that. There was. And I'm going to keep that code card though. That's for me. I only have 1 of them. Zwellius in here. Cottony. Plume Fossil evolves into Archon. Blitzel. Leaveney. Scrafty. Is he wearing a little hood? It is a little hood. I always thought it was a cape. Yeah, it looks like a hood from the pre-evolution. Drudigan. Basculin. Trubbish. Gothitelle. 1 string return. If this Pokemon's in the active spot, you may have your opponent shuffle their hand into their deck, then draw 3 cards. Synchro Shot does 90 base damage. Then if you have the same number of cards in your hand as your opponent, 90 more damage. So put them down to a 3-card hand. Play cards from your hand till you're down to a 3-card hand. Hit them for 180. Pretty cool. And another reverse Grass Energy. So that's number 2. All right. If I have any decks that run 2 Grass Energy, I can slot them in with that. And now we have Prism Energy. So there may be decks where it's like, oh, I only need a couple energy, and then a bunch of Prism Energy. I'll just check in the reverses. You know what? You guys can have this code. We're getting a Petalil, a Cover Fossil, a Crocorock, a Palpitoad, Professor's Research, Unpheasant, Cryogonal, Scolipede. Is that a Master Ball? I think that one's a Master Ball. It is. Oh, that's pretty nifty. Never seen one of those. Oh. Ooh. I like that. I know I just pulled the Master Ball card, but I like this more. I'm sorry, Scolipede. That's epic. He's just like smashed a car? What is this? Out in the desert, just jumping on cars. Crocodile, you are a wild child. I like it. Victini, Grass Energy, and there you go. You've been good. You can have that code card. All right. Next, we're going to be diving into the Runiculus. Is it a poster? What do they call this? Tech sticker collection. They call this a tech sticker collection. Yeah. See, I knew. I definitely didn't have to read the thing. All right, but yeah, we're guaranteed the Runiculus. It is the promo in there, and looks like there's gonna be 3 packs and some stickers. If you like stickers, there you go. And if you like Runiculus, even better. You're getting some Runiculus stickers and a promo. Right on. know what? I'm happy for you. You earned that. Ridiculous. Actually kind of neat. I'm gonna put those up somewhere. All right, and it looks like we do get a code card for the Runiculus. If you want to pinch that, you are welcome to try. And then we've got, yeah, there's the Runiculus. Let you see up close. The Cellular Ascension attack. For each of your bench Pokemon, search your deck, get a Pokemon that evolves from them, put it on top of it, and the second attack being Evo Lariat. Does a base damage of 40, then 40 more damage for each of your evolution Pokemon in play, so it would count itself. So with a full bench of 5 itself in play, that's what, 6 times 4, 240 plus 40, 280? Not bad. In standard, you could be running Area 0 Underdepths. Just have some Terra Pokemon in play, get up to size 8 bench. So 9 times 4, 36? Yeah, 36. Plus the 40 base damage, you can be doing 400 damage for 1 energy. That's kind of nuts. On a single prize Pokemon. You'd have to have a Terra Pokemon in play, so like the risk of not giving up a single prize. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Torterra. Brilliant Stars Torterra. I miss him. He's good. Maybe not like in the competitive sense. I still brought it to a couple of League Cups. But yeah, he's a good boy. Got a Poniard, Pansage, Panpour, Duosion, Bisharp, Crustle. Ooh, what's Crustle do? Sturdy if this Pokemon has full HP and would be knocked out from an attack. It goes down to 10 HP instead. All right, not bad. Another copy of N's Plan. Lola Mola. Oh, I wanted one of them. I don't think we've seen her yet. So Gentle Fin, once during your turn, if this Pokemon's in the active spot, you can put a basic Pokemon with 70 HP or less from your discard pile back onto your bench. So think like Buddy Buddy Poffin, but for recovery, and just for one guy. But yeah, that's pretty neat. Pidove. I like that. Kyurem EX. And that's what, the full art? Yeah, that's good. So Slash 50 base damage and Blizzard Burst doing 130, then 10 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon for each prize card they've taken. So similar to Zekrom, except instead of scaling up base damage to hit the active, it's scaling up damage that it's doing to the bench. So could be a bit of like cheeky endgame spread. That's pretty slick. I like it. Steel Energy and the code card if you want to grab it. These have been good packs. We've got our Genesect. I've got the Zekrom. What else do we need? Meloetta? I think I just need Meloetta. We still haven't seen any Electrics though. Odd one. Fracture, Whirlipede, Tynamo keep showing up at least. So when we find them, we've got the pre-evolution, Professor's Research, Unpheasant, Cryogonal, Elgum, the Pokeball Elgum, Reverse Hollow Krokorok, Axorus. Nice. Keep that. I think I'm gonna build stuff for that. Probably in budget build battles. I don't know about in standard. But yeah, if you haven't seen Haxorus, actually, is this the first one we've pulled? The attack Crosscut, costing 2 colorless energy, does a base damage of 80, but if your opponent's active Pokemon's an evolution, it does 80 more, so 160 in a single prize format. I feel like that'd be good. Like even in GLC, might see some play. And the second attack, Axe Blast. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a basic Pokemon, it gets knocked out. So yeah, great way to deal with really big, bulky basics. In budget build battles, we're seeing a lot of a deck called Bulky Cramorant, which runs Bouffalant to make it so your basic colorless Pokemon takes 60 less damage from attacks. Cramorant becomes a little bit harder to deal with, and yeah, it can hit you pretty hard. So having a thing that just goes, I don't care that you're ignoring damage, I'm just going to knock you out. Yeah, you can't ignore that damage. Tortuga, Excavalier, still no elite Electrics. Larvesta, Pansage, and another Landorus. Alright. Alright. This? Oh, maybe we save the binder, actually. We'll save the binder till the end, because I have an idea for the binder. Alright, so we are going to crack into the ETB. I said we'd save the best for last. You know what? You've been good. I'm going to spoil you. You get the best a little bit early. And, you know, maybe it isn't even the best. The binder collection, we have no idea what's in it. might have the electrics. Okay, they're all hiding in there. They're shy. They're shy guys. All right, so if you have never seen an ETB before, you are missing out. So in these, it's going to have a player's guide. Teaches you a bit about the set, cards that are in the set. Even tells you all the art rares and stuff that are in there. So if you want to peek, great way to see the full set list. But you know why I love these? One, it comes with this really cool box, which you're actually seeing some in the background as I'm opening the packs. They're great for storing cards in. Looks a little bit bulky, but that's because you take this off. There's a little thing that's just up to the size of it a little bit so that the cards and packs don't get damaged in transit. Inside, we're going to be seeing a bunch of packs. We're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packs. All Black Bolt. I'm sorry, White Flare fan, if you're still here. You're also going to be getting a guaranteed promo card. So this one is coming with Thunderous. I'm guessing White Flare would be getting Landorus or Tornadus. And there's some dividers in there as well. So in the ETBs, if you want to be having like all your trainer cards, your energy cards, your Pokemon, separate them a bit, great way to do that and keep things organized. You're also going to be getting yourself some sleeves featuring the card or the Pokemon that's on the ETB. So ours is getting Zekrom. They are pretty slick. I like them. There is exactly 60 sleeves in there, so if you want to sleeve a deck with them, you can. It's just if you damage any of the sleeves, well, you can't really replace them, so it gets tricky. I honestly really enjoy using ETB sleeves when I go to a pre-release because you only need a 40 card deck, so if any of them get damaged, it's like, that's fine, I have 20 spare. You also get a bunch of basic energy in here to help with building your decks, and means that they are all this new energy art style. So if you want to build a deck using all these new black and white energies, this is your best way to get yourself a bunch of them instead of trying to get specific types from a bunch of loose packs. You're just getting a set amount of each one in this. You also will be getting some dice. So these having a black and blue color to them. Looks pretty clean. And some status condition markers for poison and burn. All right, but I know you guys are mostly excited for the packs. I know. We don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. All right, let's crack into this. You know what? Because I'm not judging you, you can have this code. We're getting a Girder, a Servine, another Axew, another Cubchoo, Air Balloon, nice. My chair is slowly dropping, not so nice. There we go. Darmanitan, Simisage, Goler, Aracosta, Full Art Fennel, okay. And Steel Energy. I wish that card, like, maybe it's playable. You know what, as a one-off, I don't mind Fennel. I feel like Fennel is a good tech card if, like, spread decks become an issue and it's like, well, Shaman protects my non-EX Pokemon or non-rule box Pokemon. I don't really have a way to deal with it. And it's like, well, you can run Fennel and just heal all your guys. Or if you're scared of like Dragon Bolt pings, it's just like, yeah, just get them off your board. Clink, Audino, Scolipede, Simipour, Enzplan, Clang, a Fungus, and a Thunderous. Dark Energy in there too, and a code card for you. Right on. Hope you pull something cool from the digital pack. This one, we're getting another Snivy, Pidove, Fracture, Whirlipede, Pokegear 3.0. I forgot this got reprinted in this set. That's another one I should have given a shout out to in the beginning. So this is getting a eye stamp regulation marker. All of these have been, except for Professor's Research. So hopefully we get an eye stamp Professor's Research soon, or that's going to be on the way out soon. But yeah, Pokegear is going to be staying in rotation. Crustle, a Pokeball Thunderous, another Electros. Still haven't seen an elite Electric though. Caracosta, Psychic Energy, and the code card. Am I actually not going to pull a single Electric from this? Did they just put that in White Flare by accident or something? Because if that's the case, White Flare fans, I'm sorry I've been like playfully bullying you. We should hang out. Bring your Electrics. Tranquil, Golett, Maractus, Chinchino, Dro, Tortuga, Bisharp, Maractus, Clink Clang. He's neat. Okay, so the ability Gear Coating makes it so all of your Pokemon that have Steel Energy attached to them take 20 less damage from attacks, and it doesn't say you can't stack this. So theoretically, you could have 4 of these in play, and your Steel Pokemon are taking 80 less damage from attacks. Play the Stadium Full Metal Lab. Yeah, Full Metal Lab, that sounds right. Your Steel Pokemon take 30 less damage from attacks, so that's 110 less damage from attacks. It's a little bit silly. You really want to get nuts with this, you could be playing it with Kuparaja EX, who also takes another 30 less damage from attacks, so taking 140 less. And then it's like, yeah, you run into a Dragapult and they're doing 60 damage to you, and you kind of just giggle. Lightning Energy and a QR code. Code card. Say the good words now. All right, what are we getting in here? You know what? This one's for me. I earned it. I don't know what I did, but I did something. The world's just telling me. Drillbur, Clink, Golett, Amoonguss, ooh, Scolipede, Prism Energies, that's our 4th one. Let's go. Pokeball Stamped Golett, another Fracture, and another Genesect. All right, like I'm not mad at that. 3 Genesects, pretty sweet. And a Reverse Fire Energy. Right on. All right, we are getting a Darumaka, Duosion, a Dwebble, an Axew, another Air Balloon. Can always have more Air Balloons. Electros, Marshana, Girder, Tranquil, another Conkeldurr, Fire Energy, and the code card. Also noticing, for some reason I was putting the cards right there. I like to put them off to the side so they're kind of out of the way and a little bit less cluttered. But you guys ideally aren't seeing the clutter, and I'm noticing it is in frame. So let's just hide my shame a little bit. There we go. We're getting a Timeful, a Fungus, Tranquil, a little Dwebble, another Tortuga, Excavalier, Electros, Reverse Hollow Amolga, Amolga. Yeah, Amolga. Wow, I just butchered that name. But we got a Crustle while I wasn't paying attention, so that's cool. That's really cool. He's got the little Dwebbles crawling on his back. I love that. And another Zekrom. Pokemon, I just want to say thank you again very much for sending this product through. It is very appreciated for the gifted opportunity. Crack into these packs. Get some Zekroms, get some Genesect. Somehow not find the uncommon card I want, but like the really good EXs are showing up, so I love that. Carablast, Pidove, Whirlipede, Girder, Simisage, cards falling into frame, Seismitoad, Lilligant, Reverse Hollow Professor's Research, Reverse Hollow Solgliss, second copy of Volcarona. I like that. It's a good tech card to have. And a Reverse Hollow Psychic Energy. Don't think we've gotten any of those yet. And you know what? You get that. You haven't gotten one of these yet. This one's for you. You know what? You. Yeah. You. You think I'm talking to someone else on the internet, but no. You. This is for you. You earned it. Go get yourself a Electrike. Also, something really cool to know about the code cards for PTCGL. In the next update, they're actually going to make it so you're getting 10 cards from the packs instead of, I think previously we were only getting 5. 4 or 5. We were getting like mini packs. And with how big they're making these sets, you know what, I'm going to keep one of these for myself. That's what. With how big they're making some of the recent sets, like you kind of need to go back to those 10 card packs. Venipede, Maractus, Elgum, Energy Coin, Seismitoad, Marshana, Pokeball Axew, Reverse Hollow Carablast, a Bolian, and a Dark Energy. All right, that's it for the packs from the ETB, but that's not all we got. We still got this thing back here. Yeah, the poster collection. And now I can put the ETB in the background. We can bump out one of these Lucarios. Yeah. Still gonna keep the Snorlax for that, black and white effect. Oh, you saw what I did. You saw. And if you didn't, you're just realizing now, you're like, oh, I wish I noticed that before, but I'm gonna pretend that I did notice it before. Yeah. know what? You're entitled to do that. We're gonna crack into this binder collection though. So it does look like we are getting 5 booster packs in there, the binder and a collector's card list. I feel like I read this earlier in the video because I wasn't sure what was in it, but I'm reading it again now because, well, I'll be honest, I forgot that I read it until I started reading it, and now it's just uncomfortable and I'm still just yapping about it. Box is trickier to open than I thought it would be. Could probably edit this out, but I'm not gonna. Okay. Let's get into that though. So, 5 booster packs. Nicely protected in a little thing of plastic. So for those of you that chase like PSA graded cards, yeah, know that the packs are safe. They are safe. I don't understand that aspect of the hobby. Doesn't mean I have anything against it. For those of you that do, there you go. All right, 5 packs in here. The set list for it, always good to have. It has little check boxes, so if you want to go through and be like, oh, I got this, I got this, I got this, you can. And this binder looks sick, by the way. That is cool. I like it. And at the end of this video, we're going to put all of our pulls in here so we can reminisce about all the electrics we didn't get. But heaps of Genesect. All right. Getting a Clink, a Palpitoad, a Fracture, a Venipede, another Seismitoad. I feel like I have enough to make the round deck, potentially twice. Lilligant, Professor's Research, a Pokeball stamped Timber, a Reverse Hollow Minccino, another Klinklang, and a Dark Energy. All right. There's an Electrike in here, right? There's got to be an Electrike in here. Surely. Surely. Tranquil, Golett, Maractus, Darumaka, Crustle, Bisharp, Tortuga, cards in the background, Moongus, Conkeldurr, another Victini, Reverse Hollow Water Energy, right on, and code card. For you. That one's for you. I assume your name is Donovan. Donovan, you earned that one. If your name isn't Donovan, not allowed to claim that. Leave that one for Donovan. Drillbur, Larvesta, Clank, Cubchoo, another Research. I'm liking how many Researchers we're pulling. That's a good card. I've played in a lot of decks. I'm gonna be sad when it rotates, if it rotates. Golett, Palpitoad, and Beartic. Ooh, another reverse Psychic Energy too. Let's go. Okay, guys. We are down to 2 packs left. I need 4 Electrics, which means we need to hit a regular and a reverse Electric in both these packs. So please send me your luck. Please. Or if you opened White Flare packs and you're finding a bunch of Electrics in there, call Pokemon and let them know. They put them in the wrong set because I've been looking for them. We've been looking, guys. Duosian, Dwebble, Axew, Carablast, Reniculus, Unpheasant, Fennel, Munna, Venipede, 4th Genesect. I can't be mad because it's such a good card, but how am I hitting Genesect before Electric? Oh, it's such a good card though. Fire Energy and the code card. Where's the Electric? Where's my elephant? God. Sandile, Elgum, Minccino, Clang, Chinchino, Crustle, Amoonguss, Reverse Hollow Prism Energy. Okay, I like that. Beheeyem, Folian, Reverse Fire Energy. It's in the set, right? Where would it be? Where would it be? lightning Pokemon, where are you hiding on this list? Starts at grass, has fire, water, lightning. Dynamo, Electrike, Electros. Okay. It's in there. It's in there. But it's not in there. It's... Please, can I play my old copies? I think I got a playset of the old ones. But anywho, we've got this binder. I think we'll put it in... Ooh, a little bit crooked. That's unfortunate. One of the pages is a bit crooked. We're not going to put the stuff on that page. But yeah, we'll give it a little suss of everything that we've pulled. You know what? And I won't make you watch me put everything in here. So, magic of editing. Get myself some sleeves. Oh, whoops, that's awkward. With the magic of editing. I love the magic of editing. That's cool. Anywho, so to take a look back at everything we got, we ended up getting the 4 copies of Genesect, so very keen on that. Gonna be building Archaludon and Goldengo with that. I was gonna put probably 2 copies into each of those decks, so now I don't even need to bounce them between the 2, which is pretty cool. 2 copies of Zekrom, so easy addition into Miraidon decks or other lightning decks. Probably just want 1 copy of that, but do have an extra copy just in case one gets prized. May want to run it at a slightly thicker line. Some other great cards we did get were 6 copies of Professor's Research to build decks with. Always a great card to have additional copies of. New cards, well, reprint cards, being Air Balloon, so 3 copies of that. Probably want a 4th one just to play it safe, but 2 is realistically what you're going to be running in decks. So not mad at getting 3 copies. Does give me an additional one to kind of float around with. Get it? Balloon? But yeah, probably pick up an extra copy just to play it safe for the playset, but I do have ones from when it was previously in rotation, so we'll be good. Prism Energy ended up getting a playset of the regular art, so very happy with that, as well as 1 copy of the reverse holo, so good to go on that. Great card to have. And then for full art cards, we ended up getting ourselves a full art Fennel and a full art Curum. Both pretty cards. I like them. I like them. And then in terms of some other art cards we got, well, we ended up getting the reverse energy, so we'll cover those quickly. 2 psychics, 2 grass, 2 fire, a water, and a fighting. For the Pokeball cards, we ended up getting Scolipede as our only Master Ball card, but my first Master Ball card, so yeah, not mad at that. Might try and make a deck with it for the Budget Build Battles format. Standard, I don't think we realistically touch that. Timber got a Pokeball, Axu, Golett, Thundurus, Elgum, Axorus, Cubchoo, and Runiculus. And then for our trainer gallery cards, these are probably the prettiest ones, not necessarily the most playable, but great ones to kind of have in your binder just because they look neat. We got Throw or Elmo or Bert Ernie, whatever you want to call them. Duosion showing up. The Runiculus, this one was a promo card. The Crustle, the Crocodile, the Marshana, and then of course, whoops. Bumping the camera a little bit. The Thundurus, which was also the promo in the ETB. So if you're getting yourself an Elite Trainer box, you're guaranteed this card. It looks really cool. I like it. And then also the dividers in there. Haven't taken it out of the package yet. So hope you guys did enjoy this video. I don't make content like this too often. Don't go opening packs. Mostly try and teach people how to actually play the game, enjoy alternate formats like Budget Build Battles, and host tournaments over on Limitless. So if you're keen to get into that side of the game, highly recommend you check it out. Fun times to be had. But yeah, maybe we start opening packs like this because this was pretty good. And honestly, Black Bolt, this is a really cool set. This is a really cool set. Obviously, there is a lot of cards in here that do kind of come across like they're filler. They're trying to put every single Unova Pokemon in this set. They can't make every one of them like crazy good. There's some interesting callbacks like the Electrike with Dynamotor that I didn't get any. So Pokemon, if you want to send some over again, just literally those 4 cards. I'll be happy. 4 copies of Electrike. Yeah. Wouldn't be mad. But yeah, and then awesome reprints in Air Balloon and Prism Energy. Pokegear getting a new regulation mark is big. Professor's Research, unfortunately, they're not getting one. less so, but nonetheless, had an amazing time opening these packs, and I hope you enjoyed the journey with me. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and let me know, and drop a subscribe so you can keep up with the shenanigans. Till next time, though, stay golden, you Goombas.